Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today we are featuring Marvel's Shadowcat from the Age of Apocalypse toy line. Okay, so this figure came out months ago, and it's just now that I'm getting around to reviewing it. When these figures came out last year, I initially just picked up Magneto and Rogue, and the line was kind of difficult to find to begin with in my neck of the woods. So for me, I kind of just, put the figures on hold, and I told myself I didn't need them. But, flash forward, like 6 months later, I kind of feel the need to have them in my collection, especially since some of these figures are actually cheaper on Amazon now. Some of the figures are well below retail. So we're going to take a look at Shadowcat today, also known as Kitty Pryde. This is an alternate version of this character. Now, this character doesn't necessarily exist in the main timeline. If you're a comic book reader, you'll recognize this iteration of the character being from the Age of Apocalypse, which is an alternate reality. And, I don't know, it's a cool looking figure. I love the artwork on the side, a great illustration. I believe it's done by artist David Nakayama, I think. I might be wrong on that, though. Over here, we have her bio. After being captured by Sabretooth, Catherine Pryde becomes the youngest member of the X-Men and trains to become the team's ghost assassin. So you'll notice that she comes with claws, much like Wolverine. It's a theme that Marvel has revisited a couple of times. If you're a longtime comic book reader, you'll remember, I think it was in the late 90s, early 2000s. The X-Men is at the time being written by longtime writer Chris Claremont. He came back onto the title, and the X-Men were going up against a team of villains known as the Neo, and Kitty Pryde. She started using Wolverine's claws as part of her, costume and weapons, and it's kind of similar to what you see here, But this was during the era where Wolverine lost his adamantium and he just had bone claws. And since Wolverine didn't have the metal lacing on his skeleton, there'd be multiple times throughout he'd get into a fight and his claws would snap off. So story-wise, they did this thing where, Kate Pryde, she kind of collected Wolverine's claws and used them as weapons. Much like, it's portrayed right here in the artwork. Alright, first impressions of the figure. She looks great. The one thing I'm really digging is is her face sculpt. It's a very sultry, sexy look for Kitty Pryde, which is weird because she's supposed to be the youngest member of the team. But you look at this and it looks like Kitty Pryde in her late 20s, early 30s. It's a really cool sculpt, though. The hair looks fantastic. Looking at this, I'm really, really excited to put together this Colossus figure. I can't wait to put it together. I want to say I think some of this is reused. I think the upper torso here was taken from the Colossus figure that we got with the Juggernaut 2-pack, I think. But yeah, I can't wait to put this guy together. Some of the extra accessories we get the claws. Take those out. And then there's extra hands, as you can see here, closed fists. And let's get her claws on real quick. I'll take a look at those. Alright, so to put the claws on, you'll notice that she has gauntlets over her arms already. So you have to pull out the hands, and then you do a swap. Take out this gauntlet, and then you attach this one here. Put her hand back, and then the claws are like that. So there are the claws. I hate the claws on the Marvel Legends figures, especially with Wolverine. They're made of a softer, rubbery plastic, which makes sense. You don't want a kid poking his eye out, but they're always warped, and they always just look like they're made of rubber, which, they kind of are. And let's swap the other one out also. Alright, let's get started. So first off, like I said, I really like the head sculpt a lot. It's a very sultry, sexy look for Kitty Pryde. The hairstyle is very, for some reason it's very 90s, with the short cut like that. But it's well sculpted. The detail's nice. The shade, it's a little bit more on the orange side. Kitty Pryde, I believe, is much more of a brunette. Whereas this hair is a little bit more on the orange, light brown. She has a choker, which is a very, very 90s fashion thing. Here's a side view. I want to say parts of her are reused from another character. I believe we've gotten these legs before, and I think most recently with, I think the Lady Deathstrike figure. I like the belt a lot. The belt is awesome. It has a nice metallic finish, and the X is actually a relieved detail, so you can actually feel it. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Like I always do in my videos. Okay, so let's talk about articulation. Her head rotates. She can look down about that much. She can look up, which is decent. I don't know if it goes back further. No, just about there. Arms rotate. They go out. Hidden pinless elbows, which is a nice feature. You don't see the pins. I think, is it double or is it single? I think it's always single. It's single and it's a very tight joint. But the range of motion is pretty high. It go about this far up, which is nice. My camera does not want to focus lately. It's I don't know what's wrong with it. Does she have a bicep cut? No, but she does have elbow swivel, so you can swivel at the elbow. Does she have a mid-torso cut? Does she? Yeah, right below her chest line. It's cleverly hidden, too, so rotate, and it bends down a little, arches back about that much. Does she have a waist cut? No waist cut. So the body's articulation is kind of limited. Doesn't have the 2 points. With some figures you have the waist and the chest, where this one you just have the chest. Legs kick up. They kick out. Does she do the splits? No. Thigh cut right where the band is, so it's cleverly hidden. Pinless knees, which is nice. No pins. Double jointed. And ankle articulation. So it's a great figure. It's a very solid effort. I like this one a lot. I think with this wave of figures, this might be my second favorite figure. I really like the Sabretooth a lot. The Rogue is fantastic. I think this is on par with the Rogue. I like the Rogue figure a lot. I think this is done just as well. It looks fantastic. It's Kitty Pryde, alternate costume, alternate timeline. Yeah, very solid effort on Hasbro's part. I think my biggest complaint is I think the shade of the hair could have been a little bit more on the brown side. It's kind of a little bit on the orange side But overall, solid effort. Great fig. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. Oh, real quick, if I had to rate this figure on a scale of 1 to 10, first thought, 8. Solid 8. I think it's really well done. It's clean. The articulation is there, even though it's a little bit limited. It has some range of motion. I like the accessories a lot. I like the swappable claws and gauntlets. The belt's a nice accessory also. This is something, I'd like to have this belt just to use on other figures also. It's really well done. Alright, so yeah, let's wrap this video up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for continued likes, comments, support. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.